Well, guys, we are excited to be here. And as I often say, we're not going to punish the punctual because we get started the way we want to finish. And we will be starting on time when we start these sessions here mid-September. So we're going to go ahead and get started. This is going to be very informal. Tonight, we are having some back-end technology challenges. So if you all would, make sure that you have a solid Wi-Fi because we're going to kind of reverse classroom this, which is also the way we'll do it when we go through the workshop. So I'm going to be sending you a couple of things to watch on your end. Okay, that way you're not getting any disruption or delays trying to come through pushing out the technology. Here in a few weeks, under the umbrella of Wake County's Wake County Social and Economic Vitality Program, which is a collaborative initiative to end the cycle of poverty in Southeast Raleigh and Eastern Wake. And so this program is entitled Empowering Entrepreneurs and Seeding Innovation Challenge. And this is a transformational, guys. Transformational, not transactional. This is transformational. So you got to get that. It's a transformational cohort learning experience that is going to teach entrepreneurship as an essential life skill. And what I mean by that is not entrepreneurship that we're bootstrapping you or putting this pressure on you to go out and start a business. No, it's how do you begin to approach life that you take ownership, you leverage your choice to recognize opportunities and then go out into the market and create value for other people, right? Not necessarily starting a business, but essential, sometimes we call them life skills, soft skills. I like to call them essential skills. These are the skills that are necessary in the 21st century, no matter what you're doing, at home, at work, in leadership, wherever you are. These skills are going to help empower you to live life to the fullest. And so I'm here again as the facilitator of this program, doing this first information session tonight. We're going to have another one on Wednesday and another one on Friday, but you guys are here tonight. So I'm going to hush and hear from our good friend and partner, Miss Katie Gales, and then followed by Dynasty Winters, if she's available.
Thank you, Ryan. I'm Katie Gales. I'm the Director of Entrepreneurship Initiatives at Wake Tech, and I'm fortunate to be one of the collaborators on this project and one of the co-planners with Ryan of this adult program. And I'll be conducting the information session on Friday, so tell all your friends and relatives to come. And I'm looking forward about getting started, and as Ryan said, teaching entrepreneurship as the life and leadership skills of the future. Welcome, everyone.
Thank you, Katie. So glad to have you here.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Dynasty Winters. I am the Social and Economic Vitality Vista, and I'm just here to support Ryan and Katie and all their efforts in doing our adult component of the Easy Challenge. Like Ryan said, we just wrapped up the Youth Challenge, and it was phenomenal. It was a great success. So I'm excited to see what comes next.
All right, guys. Thank you, Dynasty. We appreciate you guys. Listen, you're going to learn in this workshop the power of community, collaboration, building relationships. And that's what you're hearing. It's nothing I could put together by myself. This isn't something that Dynasty could do by herself. This is not something that Katie could do by herself. It takes teamwork to make this dream work. All right. And I'm not sure if Kristen is available. She's another one of our support individuals. I don't know if she wants to say hi to you guys or not. Kristen?
Good evening, everyone. So glad to see such an awesome group here tonight and hearing your ideas. I hopped on a little bit late, but just hearing everyone's reason for why they're here and what they're excited about is pretty awesome. So thank you all for showing up on a Monday night for this info session. And thank you, Ryan and Katie. Y'all are awesome.
Yes, thank you, Kristen. We appreciate your work behind the scenes. Doesn't go unnoticed. All right, very good. Well, listen, guys, thank you all for jumping right into that. No, that's not always the most comfortable, but neither is entrepreneurship sometimes. And so this is a skill set that you will be challenged with to evolve and develop as a part of this program. And so thank you for being so willing to share and just jump in. And so I want to start off by going back and just highlighting a few of the organizations that help to make this possible. You heard from many of them already, but I want to make sure that we give credit to where credit is due. Then I'm going to show you a video that helps you to understand the framework that this entrepreneurship of self sits on. Okay, the entrepreneurship of self is really the door, if you will, but then there's a framework, a tried and true framework that we're going to be teaching and sharing through this program. And then we'll close out with just giving you some details. Make sure you register and you're signed up by August the 10th if this is a program that you want to be a part of. So the Easy Challenge is made possible thanks to the generous funding by the City of Raleigh, Impact Partner Grant, additional funding from Wake County. Some of the program partners include the Carolina Small Business Development Fund, the City of Raleigh Housing and Neighborhoods Department, the Crosby Advocacy Group, District C, North Carolina State Center for Family and Community Engagement, the Southeast Raleigh Community Engagement, RB Moore Solutions, LLC, Triangle Entrepreneurial Leadership, Wake Community College, and Camden Institute. So guys, it takes a lot of collaboration to bring this to you. And so that's why we're so excited that you are here. And then behind the scenes, way behind the curtain, really helping us to drive this is the leader of the Social and Economic Vitality program is Ms. Verna Best, who I'm certain you will get to meet before we conclude this program if you take this journey with us. So again, welcome. We're glad you are here. And I am going to put a link into the chat that I want you guys to take a second and watch. Again, we're going to do this more from a kind of a reverse classroom model. This is a 3-minute video, but I hope that it gives us a better quality if you guys watch it on your end. So watch this video and then we will come right back and go from there. Yes, absolutely it will. Great. Thank you for sharing that. So Gary, who just led that video, real quick story, had that same approach. He started with the pickup truck. He found a need. He started going around as a handyman. He recognized that he had a skill set of being good with his hands, and he began doing handiwork. Well, he began to have some success, picked up some momentum. He goes and buys a pickup truck, increases that business. Next thing you know, he's full-fledged construction business worker, right? Just like that, right? He didn't, that wasn't his necessary goal to start a successful construction company, but he does. Well, and in the process of that, he began to recognize, man, well, you know, if I can start with nothing and end up being successful, maybe I can teach other people how to do the same thing. And so in his desire to want to give back and serve, he found a young man who he actually ended up adopting and fostering, and he taught him the same thing. He taught him how to recognize a problem and then go to the market and create value. Well, then he said, well, if I can do it and if I can teach somebody else to do it, then maybe other people need to know and understand this skill set. And so he began traveling around the world, doing workshops and seminars and different things. Well, long story short, he gets a phone call and he's asked to create this online course to be able to teach entrepreneurs how to develop an entrepreneurial mindset. And so after going around the country doing that, he ran into this guy that we're going to share with you here. Let me go out here. He ran into this guy that was pretty unique. And he was unique in that he found that he didn't necessarily take the usual approach to entrepreneurship. It was quite a unique approach. And his approach was that he learned by hanging out with his uncle who owned an ice house. So this young man who Gary came across, his name was Clifton Talbert. And what Clifton taught Gary was that by hanging out with his uncle, he learned some lessons that helped him to not only understand business, but to be better in life. And the picture that you see here on your screen, that is Uncle Cleve, who is Clifton's uncle. who growing up in Mississippi was the, where they do nothing but pick cotton, had the audacity to own an ice house. And everybody in the city had to come to him to get ice. And Clifton had the pleasure of hanging out with Uncle Cleve and working, and he learned some pretty interesting lessons along the way. And those lessons that he learned, he called them the 8 life lessons. Uncle Cleve taught Clifton that he had the power to choose his destiny, the power to choose the direction of his life. The second lesson that he taught him was how to recognize opportunities, as Uncle Cleve had done. He recognized that there was a need for ice down in the deep south in Mississippi. Uncle Cleve didn't start there. He also started a luxury auto repair shop, because there was not one in that city that they grew up. And after recognizing opportunities, guess what you might need to do next? Take action. Turn those ideas into action. And then by doing so, you begin to develop this knowledge base around what you're doing. And then when you get that knowledge base, it's amazing how resources begin to come your way. And that's lesson 5. You create wealth in your pursuit of knowledge and taking action. And then from there, guys, you begin to build a brand. That brand, though, is not so much about how you show up on social media. The brand is more about your reliability, being a person of your word. Can people count on you? Do you do what you say you're going to do? You know, it's important that we start on time, right? Because you want to know that if I'm coming to this program, we're going to start on time. And so those are the values that Uncle Cleve taught Clifton, and it changed his life. And as I mentioned on the very beginning of this, guys, one of the most important things you're going to gain from participating in this is creating community. Okay, you know, it's one of those things, man, that I'm craving for right now as we're going through this COVID pandemic situation, going into what now, 5 months. You know, in my organization, Triangle Entrepreneurial Leadership, it is all about building community, networking, coming together, having that strength and support in numbers. And community is so important. And then, guys, the power of persistence, just how important that it is that you don't stop. You keep going, not if it gets tough, when it gets tough. And having that community around you guys is so important for that to happen. So, Ms. Gales put in the chat, the entrepreneurial mindset positions you to create a better life. And I want to share with you guys one other video. This one's about 3 minutes and 49 seconds. And this is going to talk to you about the entrepreneurial mindset. It's a sketch from the Kaufman Institute, an entrepreneurial organization. They are geniuses around entrepreneurship and just how important it is. One of our local pioneers here in Raleigh worked with the Kaufman Institute for years, and it's just been phenomenal to get to learn from those guys. And so if you're sitting here saying, well, you know, this is the first time I've really heard about this entrepreneurial mindset. Some of you said, that's what drew me to this, is this idea of an entrepreneurial mindset and living, you know, an empowered life, becoming the best version of myself. And I think this video, guys, will help you to embrace and understand how to do that. All right, great. Well, listen, guys, so man, that's exciting. What that says to me is that if you so choose, right, as we talked about lesson 1, the power to choose, if you so choose, you too can succeed as an entrepreneur. Now, what does succeeding as an entrepreneur mean? Well, that's up to you, right? We know what society would have us think a successful entrepreneur is. It's someone that goes out to Silicon Valley, has this great idea, gets these great, you know, these huge amount of investments to come to it. Next thing you know, he's launching an IPO and he's this, you know, huge success. But no, what we're going to be learning is, what was it about Uncle Cleve? What was it about Clifton? What was it about your uncle? What was it about the guy in your neighborhood? What was it about my grandfather who I cut grass for 4 summers as a 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old? What was it about their mindset that allowed them to see an opportunity in the marketplace and go out and not go to school and learn how to do that, but see an idea and take action? And guys, that's what the entrepreneurship of self is all about. It is a human capital development program. You know, I look at humans as so much more valuable than real estate, right? But how is it that we can take a piece of dirt that's worth one value, and then we go update it, upfit it, put a building on it, right? Put some grass and some landscaping on it. And next thing you know, it's 10 times, 20 times the value, 100 times the value of what it was before. And how much more of an opportunity do we have for ourselves? How much more valuable are we as humans than real estate if we are willing to embrace this mindset and go through the process? And so I welcome you to that journey. I welcome you to taking the initiative to go through this process with us. And so this Entrepreneurship of Self program, if you haven't already, I'm assuming that you have, you've been out to the website to learn more, to apply. We are accepting applications through August 10th. As we mentioned, there's going to be another information session on Wednesday evening at 7. So feel free to share this with others. And then Friday at noon, feel free to share it at others. And then we're going to have the very first, our kickoff event. We're calling that our welcome and orientation on September the 14th. So mark your calendar that every Monday for 10 weeks, we're going to be with you going through this process, and it will be crescendoed with a graduation. And so what will you gain, guys? You're going to be able to build a resume by solving real world community and business challenges. We're going to go through a lean canvas model where you're going to recognize problems and then create solutions to those problems. You are going to develop an entrepreneurial mindset. You're going to meet and learn from local business owners and other community leaders, other community members. You're going to get to, if you choose, pitch your own business idea or solution to a community problem with a chance for seed funding. I want to see how many people smiled when we said that. Okay, look, we're not just going to give the information and throw you out there and say good luck. No, we're going to support you. And then we're going to have off ramps to continue that support, guys, because entrepreneurship of self or of a business is a lifelong commitment, right? It's about lifelong learning. It's about embracing the journey, right? Not a destination. You don't get there, arrive, and it's over, tuck, and I'm done, right? No, this is a journey that we're going to be on with you through this. And then you're going to complete receive a certificate of completion following the program. Okay, so there are some eligibility requirements. You must be able to attend and actively engage in all sessions for the full duration of the program. Now let's talk about that for a second, because 2/3 of you are not currently engaged. You're hiding behind your curtain. We need to see your faces, see your engagement. We're going to encourage communication and involvement. That's for all of our benefits, guys. We want to get to know you, because what I promise you is that you're going to meet somebody who will be your customer. You're going to meet somebody who may be your partner. And so we want to get to know one another and build those relationships. And then priority consideration will be given, because of the definition of the grant and the funding, to individuals living in Southeast Raleigh, the zip codes of 27601, 03, and 10. And then we'll give some consideration into Eastern Wake County as well. And so again, we're grateful for our funders, our partners that make this possible. We do highly encourage that you have access to technology. So whatever you need to do to overcome any of those barriers or challenges. Yeah, that's right, Katie. And so same here, you see, I'm in a t-shirt here. So that's what we're gonna do, guys. We're gonna roll our sleeves up and get to work. And see you succeed. And so I told you this would be informal tonight. I want to do two final things. One, if there's anything I've left off, Katie, Dynasty, feel free to jump in and fill in. And also, she always likes to sit in the dark with her cute shades on, but I always have to give credit and recognition where it's due, and give her the opportunity at least to say hi to one of my, I'm such a fan of hers, and I think it's mutual, but Miss Verna Best. Would you come on and just say hi?
Good evening, everyone. It is always wonderful to drop in. I was trying to be my quiet, shy, and innocent self, but Ryan will not allow it. I was actually going to type in the chat a quote that I was looking at. I knew I had heard it somewhere when you were talking about the journey, and that's exactly what I think this experience is about. It was T.S. Eliot that said, "The journey, not the arrival, is really what matters." And I think if that is the mindset of those of you who will be participating in this experience, you will really have a great experience. So I'm looking forward to sneaking in periodically, checking in, seeing what's going on, and actually learning and growing with you. I think whenever you think about entrepreneurial development and entrepreneurial mindset, there's always something that each of us can gain and each of us can grow, and we can build community together. So I am definitely one of Ryan's biggest fans. I am so glad that he is with us along with Katie Gills and all of our other partners. It is just, this is exciting to us, and we want you to journey with us. So that's all I have.
All right. Thank you, Verna. We appreciate you so much and just helping to make this possible, guys. It's, man, I'm gonna tee Katie up and let her close us up, and then we are gonna leave room for some questions, guys. But man, entrepreneurship, guys, is so important, and we're excited. You know, timing has so much to do with it. You know, we thought entrepreneurship mattered before, right? You know, man, now today, Miss Katie, how important is entrepreneurship right now for our communities?
It is critically important because, as we have seen from the COVID-19 pandemic, and also just the rise of the gig economy and the changes in the employment rules, that we must all be responsible for creating our own opportunity. And so everybody must be approaching their lives as if it is the most exciting startup they can imagine.
Oh, I love
and
that.
I will tell you that I run another program that's also a 10-week program for people who are already in business. And we find that even if they have all the right technical skills and they have all the right support and they have all the right money and they have something that the market needs, when they don't have the right mindset, sometimes they're not successful. And you know, those old folk who used to point a finger at us and say, you gotta get your mind right, you gotta get your mind right, they were correct. So this is critically important for you being able to, when you get to that fork in the road, whether you decide to go start a business or work a job or address a community issue or some combination of all of the above, that having the right mindset allows you to pivot and take whichever road you choose. So I did want to emphasize that if you decide to apply to this and you are accepted into this cohort, that this is a building, these are building blocks. So what Ryan does in the first session, he'll build on that in the second session. And then he'll build on that in the third session, and he'll build on that in the fourth session. So be prepared to commit to come to every single one. Every single one. And you will create great relationships. Even though it's virtual, you will create great relationships, but you have to be able to see each other's face. And I don't know how many of you saw what I put in the chat box, but look at me. I mean, my lipstick went on this morning. It was on its own after that. I don't go putting my face on again in the middle of the day. If it falls off before I finish the day, too bad. And Manuela, I love that hair wrap. You know, it makes me kind of feel like I should have done something, but hey, this is the way it is. Oh, it's matching too, wow. But we really need to see your face because this is how you develop the connections and the relationships. So be prepared. Can't hide behind the screen if you're accepted into this cohort. We got to see your face. It's a rule. Right, Ryan?
That's right. Got to be here. Got to be present.
That's right. So that's it. Thank you, Ryan, for letting me say a few words.
Absolutely, Katie. Thank you so much. Katie's, guys, she's such a pioneer, such a trailblazer in this entrepreneurial space. A pioneer over at Wake Tech. She loves people. She loves our community. She was one of my first coaches before I even knew how important coaches was. And so, guys, that's the type of people that you're going to be surrounding yourself. I would not be here if it wasn't for the pillars that you see here on this call today. So I'm grateful for them, and I want to extend that to you guys as well. So a wee pup, you're absolutely right. So any questions, guys? Do you have questions that we can respond to? Feel free to come off mute and share those vocally, or if you're unable to, throw them in the chat, and we'll do our best to address your questions in this last 10, 11 minutes that we have. Any questions related to the program? You all, I'm sure, saw the website and tons of information there. Our technology team did a great job giving you all the details. But does anybody have a question? All right, that means we did a great job with all the front end information. Okay, so they're coming in. How many slots are available? Verna, you can confirm here. I think we're taking 20. Yep, there'll be 20 slots. And will there be homework? Absolutely. Now, not pen and paper and what's that fancy math, calculus, none of that stuff. But it will be about skill building with those essential skills, community, networking, those things that it takes to be a successful entrepreneur, but also to develop those life skills. Time commitment on average outside of the session. Will there be, well, let me back up. Will there be beatings if you don't do your homework in the short term and the long term? Yes. Yes, there is an expectation that you do your homework. Time commitment on average outside of the session. Great question, Andre. Katie, you might can help here. Maybe a couple hours weekly.
Yeah, I would say that if you're going to be really conscientious, because some of these require that you go out and explore and talk to some people in your community. Now during these days, we don't need to run up and talk face to face to a lot of people, but that you reach out. So I would say plan for at least 4 hours a week of homework. But you know, you have a whole week to do it, right?
Yes, so these will be Mondays. So we'll go Monday to Monday, and that's why we chose Mondays, because we wanted to give you that full week and not, put it on a Thursday night and you got the weekend. I only have 4 days, and I've had some of those challenges, and that's not always fun. Sorry, I'm grabbing the website here for a request. So yeah, so we did that Monday to Monday, so you would have the full week to go out, build those relationships, and make those connections and do the homework. And then if you don't get it done by Friday, you have the weekend. Forgive me for the name, but last name Choi. The website for the Wake County landing page is in the chat. If you're asking for something other than that, I know you're unable to chat tonight. Let us know if that doesn't answer your question. I'm sorry, I sent that to Katie. Let me put that in everyone. Any other questions, vocally or in the chat? All right, there's the link. Last name Choi. Andre, does that answer your question? Awesome. Thank you, my friend. And guys, this is why she's our fearless leader. Ms. Verna said that she hopes that more than the 20 are interested. And, this is going to be based on application, guys. And we're actually going to take it a step further and really review those applications for candidates that we feel like want to make this run. And so we want to encourage all of you to apply. And if we get enough of interest, there may be an opportunity to extend that. And the reason we've limited it to 20 is because of the Zoom platform. Once we get over about 20, 25 people, we lose you on the screen. So that's really more of a technology issue. But we would love for more to go through it. So there may be an opportunity for a second cohort if for some reason you or someone don't make the first one. Okay, great question, Katie. Katie asks, is there anyone who does not have a computer and is planning to do everything via smartphone? That will pose some challenges. So let us know if that is a hurdle you're facing. Great question. Come on, guys, you got some questions? This is your time. You're here tonight. We want to serve you. No questions, not a good question. I promise you, if you have it, somebody else does too.
Ryan, I would like to take this opportunity, if I may, to thank you and everyone, and Katie and Berna, for this information and this opportunity. I think it's a grand opportunity for all of us. And I just want to say thank you.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you, guys. This is about you. It's, you know, it took an entrepreneurial mindset really to help me to understand the value of investing in people, right? Like that's an entrepreneurial mindset. Like there's no greater return. As Katie just said, this is a labor of love for us. There's no greater return than investing into the lives of other people. And that's what this is about. And this is just another opportunity for us to do that. But guess what? If you're not here, we can't do it. So your role is just as important, if not more so, than ours, Manuela. So thank you for being here. Yes. Desiree asked, when will we know if we got in? Great question. I'm not in the zip code, so I'm not priority. You are priority. You're always a priority, but highly interested. So I'm going to encourage that you apply, Desiree. And Katie, do we have time frame as to when we'll be letting people know? I know we're going to be as soon as the application date is over, we're going to begin reviewing those. I don't know if we have a time frame of when we'll be able to let folks know.
Hold on a second. So yeah, we do. It's we have all the information sessions are this week, and we're going to give you guys a couple of weeks to apply, and we'll go through all the applications. I can look it up in our timeline. Okay, that's a great question. We should know that.
Yes, we should. We have it mapped out. We're taking it one step at a time. It's a great question. See, we got some forward thinking here. That's an entrepreneurial mindset, Desiree. We love it. You've already applied, so great. So yes, I want to encourage you guys to apply. And again, if there's someone you're thinking of that it just makes sense, we'll be here again Wednesday at 7, and then again with Miss Katie on Friday at noon. All right, guys.
August 24th.
August 24th is when we're going to let everyone know if you were in or not. Okay. So guys, make sure we have the right email, right phone number. If you haven't gotten something by the 24th, feel free to check back in. It could have been some technology oversight on our part or a mistake. So make sure that by the 24th, if you haven't heard something, what's that? Is that a Friday? That is Thursday.
Let me look at my calendar.
Berna said apply.
It's a Monday.
That's
a Monday.
Thank you. Thank you. Gregory Jones, thank you. Going back up to your question. What's the protocol for missed sessions if there's a work priority, sickness, or childcare? Great question. There will be opportunities to catch up. However, again, as Ms. Katie said, these are building blocks. And if you get behind, you may miss the opportunity to really get the value of that particular week. These are going to be sessions that each one is going to enhance the previous skill, right? And help you to develop that. And so, you know, we won't kick you out, but we're just going to kind of hold our foot in the road. Because another thing that entrepreneurs do is that they get very creative and innovative when challenges come their way. Those are called barriers, and an entrepreneurial mindset is going to help you to overcome those. And then also communicate, right? We're definitely going to understand, but get your team around you. Who are those relationships? Work priority, we can definitely understand. Sickness is virtual, you know. Wrap up tight, get you some tea. Check on in, childcare, get creative, get your community around you. But we want to hold you guys accountable to this because this is going to be for you. So how long will the session recordings be available for playback? Yeah, that we don't want to commit to because again, that's providing, you know, another out.
Yep, an excuse.
Yeah, excuse. So communicate with us if you have those challenges as far in advance as you can. Again, our commitment is your success, but our commitment is also to the rest of the group. And if we aren't going through this process together, it could not be fair to some of the others. So we're just going to hold us accountable. The sessions, go ahead, Katie.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you know, when we do programs like this and it's not virtual, then people have real challenges because they have to arrange their schedule to drive someplace and drive home. But these are virtual sessions. All you have to do is be in a place with a computer, relatively quiet, hopefully, and no drive time, no relocation. So if you're accepted, you will have all the dates in advance. And when you prioritize, you work your calendar around your priorities. So we hope that everyone will treat these commitments like a doctor's appointment that you come to every week for 10 weeks. Because a seat given to you is a seat not given to somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Thank you, Katie. I am posting in the thread the link where the dates live. Someone put the 21st through the 9th. The orientation and welcome actually happens on the 14th of September will be welcome and orientation, and then graduation is November the 16th. Wrapping up. Oh yeah, go ahead. All right. Any other questions? All right, guys, we're at 8 o'clock, so we want to honor your time. Yes, 6 to 8 o'clock. You're welcome, Desiree. Thank you. Oh, you meant time-wise. Yes, 8 to 9. I'm sorry, 6 to 8 on Monday nights. All right, guys, any other questions? If not, we're going to wrap up. We're going to respect your time. And if you have other questions, again, the website, apply. The deadline's August 10th. Apply, as Ms. Verna has said. Anything else, Ms. Verna, Katie, Dynasty? If not, we're going to close it up. All right, guys. Thank you all for being here. We appreciate you. We look so forward to working with you for this 10-week Entrepreneur Yourself program, where you are going to develop an entrepreneurial mind and these essential skills that are going to be valuable, irreplaceable, leading you in and through the 21st century. Good night, everyone.